Hello. Sorry about this. That. I'm gonna try to get some better lighting in there. There we go. Sorry. Kind of new with this live broadcast. I did it for once so far. But Facebook had it simpler and they changed it again. They like changing their formats a lot. Let's see. So don't see anybody here yet. I know my friend Nick showed up trying to do it earlier. A couple minutes ago. Because I didn't know I couldn't hear anything. But why am I even wearing the headphones if I can't hear anything through it? I'm hoping if you don't hear anything, I hope you guys can hear something, hear me talk. I don't want to be mouthing and basically having all you people that do show up. What's he doing? He's just moving his mouth. But hopefully it's working. Let's see. Today I want to talk about not judge not. It is a hard one. Even me, I have a problem judging a certain group of people that claim to be a certain type of followers, but they're so ready to condemn and judge those that don't believe the way they do, so I get upset at them and judge them, and so in a catch-22 my own personality, because I get very upset at people that judge others. Let's see. Wrote down a number of verses that I wanted to reference, and I also, let me see, my Bible app. What is the Bible app? I'm going to close my Bible app. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I copied what I wanted, so I don't need to be inside the Bible app. Let's see. Yes. One of the things that kind of concerns me with fellow Christians is they have feeling sort of presence that they have to convince people that they're right, and that they'll basically stand their ground toe to toe with people that disagree with them. And one of them things that kind of Jesus basically told us to do. Well, actually, he didn't tell us. He told his apostles. Basically, he sent out apostles. He said, "I want you to go out and teach." And he said, but he said, and this is Matthew 10:14, King James Version. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. One thing, I feel King James is sort of like the basis for almost all Christian Bibles, because it was the first Bible basically meant for the average man to be able to read. But it's written in older English, which is hard to read for some people, especially people like me that have learning disabilities and stroke damage. But yeah. So, but let's see. But he basically was saying, hey, they don't want to hear, turn a deaf ear to you. He didn't tell people to beat them over the head with the truth or their opinions. He's like, okay, dust off the feet, move on to the next town or house, and share it there. And again, Matthew 22, ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Matthew 10:22. Just because these people are hating your word, ignore it. You're blessed for sharing it, but don't pound it over into people's heads. He wants us to share and teach the word, not force it on people. Even when I'm sharing what my feeling is about Judge Not, I'm not trying to force. I'm trying to iterate how important it is not to judge. And too many of us, even people who are not faith, we judge people and tell them what they should be doing. There are the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not kill. We have punishments for that. Stuff like that. But we have other commandments that right now even fellow Christians are committing, and they're worried about judging others for doing other sins, but they're here doing their own sins. It's like, wait a minute, why don't you worry about what you're doing wrong? Don't worry about what he's doing wrong, unless he or she's doing something against somebody else. If you see a person molesting a child, raping a woman, intervene, yes. You see two guys kissing, you may have a strong belief, urge that, oh, that's so wrong. It's like, it is an issue between those people, those two people, and God. God did not tell us to kill, condemn, or beat up those two people. he has a son to call Jesus, who will judge them for themselves, what they are, who they are, what they do, how they do it. They're not hurting anybody but supposedly themselves. You have no business condemning, judging, whatever they're doing. Somebody painting Black Lives Matter on the sidewalk, and it's just, I mean, yes, I mean, graffiti is a crime. But if you're painting it in front of their own home, if it's spray paint or paint that's easily washable, right now the Black Lives Matter issue is important. And a lot of people are like, oh, all left it. Yes, true. But Black Lives Matter is a movement going on because of things that are happening with police, I believe police are extremely necessary and for the most part extremely needed. Unfortunately, there's an old saying, rotten apple spoils the barrel. And that's sort of what's happening with the bad police that do things like hurt and kill people, especially right now. A lot of them are of African descent. They're going overboard on their reactions to the wackiness of the person. And so it gives the rest of the police forces a bad name or a bad rap. Throw away the baby with the bathwater. I don't really understand, but that's one of the old metaphors. Don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. I think that's what it is. Don't throw the baby away with the bath. Getting tongue-tied, bathwater. Let's see. Get my notes out. Romans. Again, as I said, I'm using King James Version. 6, 7. Yeah, tune. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way. Basically, don't use your judgment to cause problems with somebody else. You're not supposed to judge. I'm not supposed to judge. As I said, it can be a catch-22. As I said, one of the biggest things I hate, one of my biggest pet peeves, is this judgment issue. I see too many Christians judging homosexuals, judging people of different faiths, faith or non-faith. I have a number of friends that are either agnostic or atheist. I think I have one person that's Hindu. Yeah, I know. One person's a Hindu. I'm pretty sure I have at least 1 or 2 friends that are Muslim. I know I have a relative that She's moved from um, Thailand to America and got married to a cousin of mine. She's Buddhist. Uh, Good people. I believe they're very good people. Even the atheists, people say, "Oh, you don't want to associate with them." It's like, if I don't associate them, then how do they get to see the good examples of Christianity? Um, Even a Satanist. If I met a Satanist, I'd go up to him and talk to him. Or her, or a witch. Uh, Basically, by sharing my love and my feelings of Jesus and what he's shown me, teaching me to love everybody, even the Satanists, even the witch, even the pagans. Doesn't mean I agree with their beliefs. They, as an American, everybody has a right to their own faith, or not to have a faith. Especially, and I can understand a lot of atheists and agnostics, mainly atheists. There's too many people of faith, extremely Christians, especially Christians, I should say, shove Christianity down their throat. And they Bible that, they'll pull the Bible out and give examples of what that person's doing wrong, why that they shouldn't be an atheist, and why it didn't say you're going to be damned if you don't. You have no right to condemn. Jesus is the only person that has the right to judge. And that's why I get so damn upset at fellow Christians that condemn homosexuals, atheists, Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims. We are not the judge. Jesus is the only judge. We are supposed to only share the words, not beat the word down people's throats. So that's why I get very frustrated and why I picked this topic. So, let's see. I forgot to put that picture. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Luckily I got them bookmarked. I just had to remember where am I going to go? Alright. Galatians 4:21. Tell me, Galatians 4:21. Tell me, ye that desire to be under the law, do you not hear the law? And I'm talking, do you not hear what Jesus is saying about not judging? Do you not hear that he says, hey, share, teach? They don't want to hear it, move on, go to the next person, maybe they want to hear it. But no, too many Christians are like, oh, these people are evil sinners. Now, in my opinion, by saying that, you become the sinner. You become evil. John, good old John. Where are you, John? John 8:43. Next page, I think. Yep. 43. Why do you not understand my speech? Oh, perfect timing. Um, why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. And that's maybe it's similar to saying maybe because you cannot hear my words. I've felt this. My main belief in my ministry is teaching the Ten Commandments that are supposed, according to the Bible, was written by the hand or lightning of God. Like, he wrote it. And then we got the Bible, that the New Testament, where we have Bibles that have every word that witness people hearing Jesus speak is written. Every word he said, or what they heard, or whatever, is written in red. I love the red letters parts of the Bible. I love the Ten Commandments. I feel the rest of the Bible is meant for us as a guide, for ourselves personally, to read and learn from, and to share, but not to stranglehold people or beat them up with. There are parts of the Bible that they now Christians ignore, but a page or a chapter later, same prophet teaching, and they fixate on this, like the man shall not lie with man as he does with man shall not lie with mankind like he does with womankind. It's also in the same area of the Bible. We're not supposed to eat shellfish, lobster, crab. We're not supposed to touch the skin of a pig. We're not supposed to eat anything of a pig. That means bacon, ham. But oh wait, Christians ignore that. We're not supposed to mix crops in our fields. We're not supposed to mix fabrics. There's so many things that Christians cherry pick, but then they all find one thing that they don't agree with, and wow, they run with it. And it's like, oh, if you're gonna ignore these, you should, why not this one? I'm not condoning a person's lifestyle. And there's been scientific proof that people are born certain ways. So I can't condemn a person if somehow their genetics made them hey, some guys like fat girls. Some guys like skinny girls. It's just something in it. Stop judging. Let's see. Last two that I got here are basically basic classics, New Testament, the Gospels, witnesses of Jesus, apostles of Jesus. Let's see, the first one I got here, Matthew 7:1. There you are, Matthew 7:1. Judge not, they, that ye be not judged. Yeah. Basically, judge not, or you shall be judged for what you've been doing. And let's see, let's move up to Luke. Luke 6:37. Luke 6:37. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and you shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Yeah, so we're supposed to be forgiving people, not condemning, not judging. I really wish, I don't know how, I don't see any comments. I don't know if anybody is in here or not. But I'm hoping this went through and everybody, people will see it or heard my talk. And especially now, there's so much hatred going on right now. People judging people for stuff. I don't like wearing a mask. I'm like a lot of Christians out there that are really resisting the idea of having to wear a mask. But it is needed. I mean, back in 1920-ish area, we had the Spanish flu. They wore masks. They weren't as good as the masks we have now, but they wore masks to help try to reduce the issue of the Spanish flu. It's an issue that is going on, and there is a concern, and people are mixing up public acts, a store. They see, oh, it's a public store, they can go in. It's open to the public. It is not a publicly owned facility. It's privately owned. If that owner, manager, corporation wants to protect their customers and their employees, they have the right, just like they've had for, I think, since the 60s, 70s, to require people to wear shoes, pants, and shirts. They've now just added masks. It's their store. You don't own that store. It is not publicly owned. It is a private business that allows the public to enter. Now, parks, parks are public, so, but if your city government makes a mandate, and you don't like it, take it up with the city council. Have it put on a referendum. You have rights, but the mandate sticks. Then you have to obey it until you and your fellow people that don't like it get together and get it on a ballot and say, oh, we don't like this. We want that park to be open. Okay? Do it the right way according to our system of votes. The city government isn't the ultimate word. They're the ultimate word in the beginning, They're doing the mandates to protect the public, but if the public decides they don't like the mandate, they have the right to put it on the ballot and people can vote on it. But then it becomes a law. So the mandate will probably be over eventually, but if you force the issue, it could be a law which will take. Then trying to get rid of the law is much harder than getting rid of the mandate. So, trying to be respectful of others. This pandemic is, some people don't believe it. Numbers show that, yeah, I didn't like when the H1N1 thing came out and people always pushing the idea of having a flu shot. I haven't had a flu shot since 2005 and I don't plan on having a flu shot ever again. If there's a vaccine for this corona, I will have to have a long, hard thinking and praying about it. I haven't been affected by corona yet. Hopefully I won't. I'm not telling people not to get any vaccines. I feel a vaccine, except for children, I'm pretty adamant that there are vaccines that children have to have, need to have. Flu vaccines, I think it's a personal choice. If you don't want it, then don't have it. If you want it, go get it. There's plenty of places that'll give you that flu shot. I actually saw one place you can get this flu shot at this. I think, I forget what it was now. But they pay you $10 to get flu shot. I'm like, $10? I was almost tempted. Corona has a vaccine. As I said, I'll pray about it. I'm pretty sure that it might be a pretty good idea for people to get the vaccine when and if it's developed. And the problem is I have distrust of corporations, especially when they maneuvered the laws to protect them if they mess up. That kind of concerns me. So, but I have a distrust of corporations. I actually even have a distrust of the government. So, that's it. I mean, I made a post recently about the upcoming election. I feel both the two major candidates should be polygraphed as they're doing their debate. Their comments, and their speech. I think all politicians should, I wish all politicians, even, especially in Congress, sat in a seat that was wired up and basically it was a lie detector. Because I don't trust any of these politicians. They're money hungry, power hungry. Some of them start out wanting to do good, but they eventually get corrupted, or they get sick and tired and just give up. Some just become drones. So I had trust issues, but I encourage people really consider what's going on with the coronavirus and respect establishments, policies, and rules. They want your business, but they want their employees and their other customers safe. They're not trying to diminish your rights. They're trying to protect you. And now, another thing I'm upset is people judging people of different ethnicities, and it goes on all sides. Everybody, all sides are guilty of it. Just because you're one skin tone versus another, your skin tone type isn't immune to racism. I hate the word racism. We're all one damn race, one human race, and more people understand that there's only one race. Maybe things will get better. You idiots that riot. And there's not just one skin tone that's out there rioting. A lot of people say, well, there's a majority doing it. Whatever. It's mixed. It's all kinds of different levels of skin tone. But it's opportunist animal bull. You're destroying property in houses, homes, businesses, destroying property over an issue. That's not helping the issue. You're dirtying the issue if you riot and destroy and stuff. Protesting, getting up with your signs like Martin Luther King's time, marching on city governments. That's what is acceptable, and when Martin Luther King was here, he'd be saying, no, don't burn that place down. Let's surround it and protest. But just because you're mad isn't give you the right to destroy somebody else's property. That doesn't have anything to do with the issues that you're upset about. Cops did something wrong, so you go to the local mall and break things, steal things, destroy things, turn over cars. What sense is that? Rioters are animals. Selfish, disgusting animals. Protesters are heroes. They're beacons of light. I've gone on long enough about that, so I hope my words strike a chord with some people, and hopefully others will share it. I ask, our Heavenly Father, I ask, please bless my people that watch this video. Please help those in need or suffering. Help me and my mother with our issues, me with my housing issues. Really hoping to get an apartment and get out of this group home.